Hello friends. So I just got my Trim Healthy Mama order in. They had a really big Cyber Week instead of a Cyber Monday, but a Cyber Week sale, November of 2022. And I must say I'm very pleased with how everything was packaged. I didn't have any spills or anything, but I just wanted to show you real quick before I put my stuff away, just what I got. So if you hang on just a moment. Now, as you can see here, I have my Trim Healthy Mama stuff in this bag here. And the reason why I do this is when I bring things down to my basement to put away, because I don't have the space upstairs, anything that I'm not necessarily using right away, I will put it down in storage until I'm ready to use it. But I just wanted to show you what they had, or what I got rather. So this is their Lemon Love Hydrate Mix, and it's pretty much like Kool-Aid or a water enhancer. It tastes really good. There is no added sugar in it. They use, let's see what they use. Erythritol as the sweetener and stevia. Sorry about that. So anywho, that's what they use. So I got the lemon flavor, okay? And I got the cherry berry here, which is really good. And I will give these to my children. Instead of giving them sugary drinks, I will put this in their cups with some water, just a little bit of this, just enough to flavor their water, and they love it. I also, when I make my Good Girl Moonshine by Trim Healthy Mama, I will also add these as added flavor, so that, you know, I know the Good Girl Moonshine is an acquired taste, excuse me, but you know what? Adding these or some other flavoring makes it taste amazing. And then I have what's called oat fiber. You might be thinking, why don't I just take some oatmeal and grind it up? Well, that's because this is not oat flour. That's what you do with oatmeal. This is oat fiber. This is the fiber, like straight fiber from the plant. And it's pretty much an FP or fuel pool when you make it. When you make a dessert or whatever out of it, it can be considered a fuel pool. So I got some of that. I typically don't use this much, but there is a recipe that I wanted to make that needed this. So, and then I got some pressed peanut flour. So this is pretty much like dried peanut butter flour without the fat. So it's pretty versatile. I mean, it does have some fat, but it's not going to have as much. And then the carb count, of course, is going to be less. So, let's see if you can see that. There we go. So it's going to be 6 net carbs per half cup of this. So it's definitely something you can use instead of using straight peanut butter. And I know one of the Trim Healthy Mama coaches has a recipe. Actually, a few of them might. But I am going to try that out at some point. And yeah, so it'll allow your peanut butter craving stretch a little longer. Okay, then I also have what's called Just Gelatin, and that's just beef gelatin. That's what it is, and it's from grass-fed, grass-finished beef, and it's a really good addition to your meals, especially if you're not using bone-in meats in your meals, or if you're more on the vegetarian side, you could use this to make sure you get some good healthy gelatin for your gut. As a side note, I didn't realize that chicken noodle soup, why people use that so much for when you are sick, it's really because of the bones from the chicken. That's really the collagen and the gelatin that is in the bones of the chicken is really what's really helping you when you're sick. What else we got here? So I also have what is called Baobab Boost Powder, or Baobab Powder as some may call it online. And this comes from a tree in Africa. I don't remember what country or countries in Africa, but it's really, really potent. It has, from what I understand, the highest amount of vitamin C, more so than orange juice. So this is something to definitely check out. This is something we like to put in some of our smoothies and sippers to add vitamin C, especially around this time of year when there's a lot of flu and other icky bugs going around. So Make sure I got that. And then what I have, and don't have me out here trying to lie to you on how to pronounce this, but we call this glookie. It's short term for this word. Don't come for me. It's just, oh my gosh, it's so long. But anywho, this is a fiber. I'm sorry, I can get there we go. This is a fiber that is very beneficial, and I do have a tendency to add this to different dishes. For example, if I was doing a brown rice pasta dish for my family, I myself, of course, would limit my consumption of that. I still would eat it, but not as much. And it comes from the konjac. It comes from the konjac root. And I'm trying to focus this in, and I seem to can't do that. I have a hard time with that. But anyway, that's where it comes from. And I'll add that. And it pretty much slows the spike of your blood sugar when you're eating certain foods. And I really enjoy eating that. And you can also use this as a thickener, similar to xanthan gum. Some of you might be familiar with that. So if I'm making some sort of gravy, I will use this. Or if I just need a thickener in general. Okay. We also have here the no carb easy bread. I have not tried this before. I had purchased it and I ended up giving some of these away. But I intend on making this soon, so stay tuned for that. And I'm very excited, so stay tuned. And then I got what's called baking blend. And basically this is the Trim Healthy Mama flour, if you will. It is considered gluten-free. It is certified gluten-free, and it's low in carbs, and it does very well in some of the dishes. Some of the recipes I wasn't too much of a fan of, but in others it works well. For example, if you are familiar with the Trim Healthy Mama crunchy granola, this is one of the ingredients that goes into that. So that pairs very nicely. So I try to keep this in stock. I wasn't using it a lot previously, but when I made the decision to truly give Trim Healthy Mama an honest try, like pretty much 100% or high 90%, I decided I would go ahead and just jump in here and just make this my lifestyle. So I keep this in stock as well. And a lot of this stuff you're seeing, you might be like, oh, that's a lot. But the reality is a lot of these things actually last a while. So it's not something you're like downing every week. So I don't have to buy this every single week. This will last me several months. I also got the nutritional yeast from them. I know I could have pretty much gotten this anywhere, but I'm not a huge fan of nutritional yeast, to be honest. However, I am willing to give it another shot. There are a few recipes that do ask for it. I just don't include them. But I want to go ahead and add them just to see what it does. See if it makes it taste better. So even though they're already good. So, but this will just be an added bonus. And it has helpful, nutritional benefits as well. So, all right. And just so you know, some people will use that in the vegan world as a way to give that cheesy flavor. And then I have what's called Super Sweet. Super Sweet is a blend of erythritol and stevia, as you can see here. And it is, this is my sweetener. This one and the Gentle Sweet here. Now, Trim Healthy Mama had a different blend of Gentle Sweet, but I got the xylitol-free one. Now, the thing with xylitol is it's pretty dangerous for dogs. I don't have any dogs, but I just made it a habit of just not including it in my house, just in case I make something for somebody who does have a dog. I would hate for their dog to accidentally eat something and then cause them to be very sick or die. So the Gentle Sweet is also a similar blend. It's just a different ratio. So these are their sweeteners. And I use this in pretty much anything that requires sugar or sweetener or something like that in my house. So these do not spike your blood sugar, or should not rather. I know everyone is different, but they're really gentle on the blood sugar levels. So if you're diabetic, this might be a good option for you, or is it hyper or hypoglycemic? I forget which one it is. But anywho, this might be something that might work for you. Okay. Oh, and I forgot to mention Gentle sweet, what is the difference really between gentle sweet and super sweet is the fact that super sweet has a stronger and sweeter taste, so you need a little bit less than that. Gentle sweet is, as it suggests, it is pretty gentle. You will need a lot more of that to particularly make something sweeter, but I like when I make my coffee, I will actually put both in it because it really balances out nicely. So I will be showing you at some point how I make my coffee and my iced coffee, because a lot of you may have known, or you may not have known, I hated coffee with a passion, but my children's godmother, she really helped me out and helped me pick out one that I liked and I enjoy the flavor. So I pretty much got it down to a science. So now I enjoy coffee, but the way that I like it. Okay, and then I have what's called the integral collagen, or just collagen as some may know it as, and it's dairy free. I pretty much put this in everything. I will put it in my coffee. Periodically, I will put it in my oatmeal if I'm just having a plain bowl of oatmeal. It does go in the Trim Healthy Mama Crunchy Granola. It's one of the ingredients. So I love it. It works. It works. I can pretty much put it in anything. I don't have to worry about it clumping or anything because it mixes in very nicely. So this is another staple that stays in our house. And then the last thing for today is the whey protein. The Pristine Whey Protein by Trim Healthy Mama. So this one is really good for smoothies, especially if you're using a blender. It doesn't do great as far as hand mixing into something like coffee. I did try it in my coffee and it was not a pretty sight. It was clumpy and sticky. I said I would never do that again, but it does really good also in the crunchy Trim Healthy Mama Crunchy granola. This is also another ingredient. It does well in it. But as far as like mixing it into like a cup of coffee or something, no, don't do it. Trust me. But it does really well in smoothies and things. So this is what I get. These are staples I keep in my home. People may be like, this is expensive. It kind of is pricey up front, but over the long run, it saves me a lot of money, especially if I can get the sale. In addition, it is helping my health. It's helping me to lose weight. So I don't have any, hopefully I won't have any additional problems down the road. So I just wanted to share with you what I got. So I will see you next time.